Nebraska needs just some sort of positive to end the season, to go into the offseason with some sort of momentum. What's going on, everybody? Hitting you up with this game preview to start the week. Iowa and Nebraska in Lincoln. All right, so let's talk about this one. Iowa's offense definitely looks better with Alex Padilla at the controls. I'll say that. He brings a little bit of a different dimension to this offense with the mobility. Petrus was more of a statue back there at quarterback for the Hawkeyes. But this, I believe, what Iowa's going to try to do, they're going to focus on the running game. Right? Look how Nebraska looked last week against, now Braylon Allen, he's a different story. He's a man-child running the ball for Wisconsin. But still, I think the loss of JoJo Domann has hurt Nebraska more than people thought. He was the heart and soul of the interior of that defense in terms of stopping the run and even making some plays in pass coverage. That's going to hurt them a little bit. So, I think Iowa's going to look to run the football, right? Tyler Goodson, 132 yards last week against Illinois' defense. That's the number one game plan. Although Padilla has improved this offense, especially in the passing game, this is still the Iowa Hawkeyes we're talking about. They're not a juggernaut on offense. This is not Ohio State. Okay, this is Iowa. So they're going to look to run the football. Control the clock, try to keep Adrian Martinez off the field. Okay, let's talk about Adrian. Because there's a lot of talk. Is he going to be back? Is he not going to be back? What's the new OC going to say in Lincoln? So here's kind of my thoughts on the situation with Adrian Martinez entering this week. My number one question, is he healthy? Is he going to be ready to go? Because there might have been some throws, that late interception in the game against Wisconsin, where maybe he couldn't put his all oomph into it, and maybe the injury hampered him. He's been banged up throughout this season. There's no question about that. Is he going to be healthy enough to play? This could be his last game in a Nebraska uniform, or this could be a little bit of an audition for Adrian. If Adrian can go out and get a big-time win against a ranked team like Iowa, that could do more for his cause for him to come back. Now, inconsistency has plagued Adrian Martinez. When I look back at the first game he played, or one of the first games he played, it was on the road at Colorado, 2018, and you look to now, how much has he really improved? There's been other players on that team that have improved tremendously. But how much has Adrian Martinez progressed? One might say, not a lot. He's inconsistent, man. There were times in that Wisconsin game where I looked at him and like, he's slinging it, he's moving the ball around past this top-ranked defense. But then there's other times where you go, what are you doing? What's that interception? What are you throwing late in the game? Samori Toure is open on an out route to try to get them half of the field back, and he gets the yips, right? It's up and down. It's a roller coaster, like I said in the recap video. So we'll see which Adrian Martinez we get this week. Is it an audition? Will he pass the audition? That will be something that will be determined, I think, in this football game. And let's talk about the Huskers. They need something positive. If they lose this game and they get all these consecutive losses going into the offseason, that is going to be a big downer, right, for this team. They need something positive to happen to spring themselves, right? You have all these close losses, but if they end the season beating a good Iowa team at home, that's going to give them a lot of momentum, and it's going to, because there might be players in the program that say, well, look at, we're 3-8, I'm out of here, I'm hitting the portal. Whereas if they show some promise, they defeat Iowa, maybe that's enough to get some players to stick around in the transfer portal, and maybe it's enough for some players that are looking maybe to transfer to another school that say, hey, maybe that Nebraska has got some promise. So this is a bigger game. You got to put all your chips to the center of your table if you're Scott Frost. This is your Super Bowl right now. You've got to do enough. You got to do whatever it takes to try to win this football game for the reasons I just mentioned. What do I think is going to happen? I think Nebraska's going to have a good day. Right, the key for Nebraska is starting strong. That's the key. If they go down the field and they score right away and they set the tone early, that's going to equate into some big-time things. Because if you get Iowa behind, they're not a team that's definitely built to come from behind. If you get them behind, that's going to be favoring the Nebraska Cornhuskers. I want to hear what you guys think. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Is Adrian Martinez going to put a complete game together, or are we going to get another one-score loss in Lincoln? Let me know. Make sure you subscribe. We'll see you in the next one.